Hey, it's Chuck. If you're a woman and you feel like your worth is tied to how happy everyone else in your life is, and you've lost yourself in the process, then this one's for you. Let's dive into it. In the 1800s, Elizabeth Cady Stanton was writing the blueprint for women's suffrage, but she was doing it while trapped in a legal system called coverture. Under coverture, a woman's legal identity was literally suspended during marriage. She couldn't own property, sign contracts, or even claim her own wages. And she didn't just hate the law, she hated the erasure. She wrote about, quote, the constant sense of being a second class citizen in my own home, unquote. She fought to prove that she was a whole person before she was a wife or a mother. But she wasn't the only one fighting for the right to exist as an individual. Anna Julia Cooper, an author and one of the most prominent black scholars of the time, took this even further. She argued that for the world to actually progress, the individualism of the woman had to be protected. Cooper knew that when a woman is forced to disappear into a role, society loses the very things it needs the most from her, her actual self. While the legal statutes of coverture have changed, the psychological mechanism hasn't. We still see the identity trap everywhere. And that's the idea that your primary job is to be the relationship guru. If your partner is unhappy, you feel like you didn't do enough. If your kids are struggling, you feel like you weren't present enough. If the connection in your relationship dies, you carry that failure like a personal verdict on your value. In therapy, we call this externalized self-worth. You've been trained to view your life as a solo performance where you're responsible for the audience's reaction. But a relationship isn't a performance, it's a shared system. And if a relationship is always 50-50, you have to wonder, what is each of you doing with the other 50%? Relationships aren't a math equation where you get to split the effort down the middle. They're two whole people bringing 100% of themselves to the table. And when you are taking 100% of the blame for a shared dynamic, you're not being accountable. You're essentially being erased. Here are some suggestions that might help in a situation like this. Number one, practice identifying where your responsibility ends and when their emotion begins. If they're in a bad mood, that's their shit, not yours. The logical Chuckism here is that you're not responsible for other people's emotions. Number two, stop asking yourself what you could have done differently every time somebody else is uncomfortable. Sometimes people are just uncomfortable because of their own patterns, not your failures. Number three, find one thing, a hobby, a project, or just a walk that has absolutely nothing to do with anyone else or for their benefit. And then rebuild the identity that exists outside of being a provider or a partner all the time. Practice self altruism because, like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Be kind to yourself because you're a person and not a service. I'm Chuck, the bald therapist. Work on you. Take no bullshit. Remember that you matter and have a gentle rest of your day.